as the Immanuel Pep Band, under the direction of Joel Pillaroo, leads us in the national anthem. Thank you and enjoy the match. Tonight at Immanuel is senior night. We're going to introduce our volleyball seniors and then also introduce our cross country and soccer seniors. First, our volleyball seniors. Senior, number 2 from Eau Claire, Grace LaDuke. Another senior from Eau Claire, number 4, Leah Thompson. Another senior from Fond du Lac, number 9, Johanna Seibel. Senior from Eau Claire, number 12, Gabby Radical. And senior number 13 from Lexington, South Carolina, Kenzie Koenig. Other seniors involved with the volleyball team are statistician and bookkeeper from West Columbia, South Carolina, Maggie Sitto. And our videographer from Winter Haven, Florida, Grant Bernthal. Volleyball seniors in your game handle. And now our seniors for cross country. For Menominee, Dalton Eberhardt. From Columbia, South Carolina, Katie Clokey. From Rayford, North Carolina, Ian Lewandowski. From Chippewa Falls, Xander Johnson. From Eau Claire, Becky Nelner. And from West Columbia, South Carolina, Sam Pfeiffer. And our soccer team from Winter Haven, Florida, Grant Bernthal. From El Tudo, Wisconsin, Emily Hammett. From Rosemont, Minnesota, Michael Lang. Now for our starting lineups. Senior number 12, Kyle Landa. Sophomore number 13, Bria Payne. Senior number 14, Ariana Osgrove. Freshman number 16, Randy Waldera. And senior number 1, the libero, Evia Furman. And now for our Lancers. Senior number 2, Grace LaDuke. Senior number 4, Leah Thompson. Junior number 5, Emma Starlin. Senior number 9, Joanna Seibel. Senior number 12, Gabby Radical. And senior number 13, Kenzie Koenig. Lancers are coached by Joel Ross, assisted by William Johnson.
Hello and welcome to today's matchup between the Immanuel Lutheran Lancers and the Whitehal Norse here at Senior Night at Immanuel, with the 15-14 Lancers ranked 187th in Wisconsin taking on the 12-11 Norse ranked 254th in Wisconsin. Thompson will tip this one over as Norse get to serve. Back up quickly on the run. She's going to tap it over Luke, going to readjust to get it. Back for Thompson. She'll tap it over, blocked immediately, tipped off the hands of Katie. Back in there from Radical. Long way to go for Seibel. Can't get around in time as the Norse go up early, 1-0. And number 12, Lambeck, will continue to serve for the Norse with a 1-0 lead. Back, Radical retreats. Starlin sets one across for Thompson. Blocks the net, tip back high from Radical. Back set for Luke on the run. Out of play, untouched. And the Norse go up 2-0. Across from Radical, she'll summon back high for Thompson. Good spot from Thompson, sliding save though there on the back. Bump back off the net, tipped at the net, lunging save from Radical. Back to the north side, sent immediately back. Radical right there to get it once again. Back up for Thompson on the run, good touch on the net line. Sliding save, set back far side, blocked the net, and that'll drop down. Off the hands of Koenig, that was Schneider, who puts them up 3-0. All right, off the hands of Radical. Thompson will send it all the way across for LaDuke. She'll just tap it over. Good bounce off the net. Gets it back in the air. Good spot. Diving save. That'll drop down right along the net line. As the Lancers struggle to get started here, Norse running a strong 4-0 run. Receive tie from Radical. Starlin up center for Koenig. Good touch. Diving save in the back. Another diving save. Sends it out of play. That was Lambeck. As the Lancers break the run and bring themselves back within 3 for 1. And it'll be Leduc back to serve for the Lancers. Good spot, diving save by the libero Herman. Set back center, good touch over the net. Radical right there to get it. Back up for Radical. High off the block. Sent back high, Herman on the run. Gonna be bumped back up. And tipped to the back, received by Seibel. Back up high for Radical. She'll roll it over, blocked from that. Tip back high from Radical once again. Good fake from Thompson. And that'll drop down. Herman on a pancake, got it back in the air. But no one else there to get it. As the Lancers get it back now within 2, 4-2. Herman retreats to get it. Sent out quickly center. She's going to have to bump it over. Thompson there. King back up for Thompson. She'll tap it to the back corner. Jumping save. Going to send it all the way back across far side. Into the net from Schneider. Lancers respond with a 3-0 run of their own and are now just 1 point away from tying this one up. It'll be Luke trying to do it again. Good spot. That'll drop down for an ace off the hands of Herman. Another 4-run from the Lancers. Recently an ace from Leduc. She'll look to take a lead now. Set up on the run, quickly center off the net. That'll drop down into the hands of the diving Leduc. As the Norse break the run and put themselves back up by 1, 5-4. And it'll send in Lesowski to serve. Down the line, Leduc save from Leduc. Sent back high for Radical on the run. Good touch over the block, diving save. Sent back up center, has to fade away to get it. She's going to tap it over. Seibel right there. Thompson all the way across for Radical. She'll knock one down, straight corner. Radical gets her first kill tonight, ties up the game at 5 with Larson entering in for Starland. And it'll be Thompson back to serve. Running save down the line, gonna be bumped back across, close to the net. It's gonna have to tap it over. Thompson right there to get it. Larson up for Radical. Good touch, sent right back down off the nets. And they're gonna say in the net by the Norse. Gives the Lancers their first lead of the night, 6-5. Retreating to get it is Lesowski. Set back across on the run, far side. Blocked at the net and on to the sideline. Larson and Koenig getting up high to put the Lancers up by 2. Retreating once again is Lesowski. Going to be bumped back across far side again. This time going to be sent to the back. Seibel on the retreat, going to get it back in the air. Off the light, Radical readjusts. And bumped over from Larson. Back set. Blocked at the net. Diving save from Herman. From the knees, going to be sent back across and tapped over. Thompson there to get it. Larson across for Radical. Opposite hand, tip back high at the net. And Radical in the net as the Norse get it back within 1. And now Azdur will enter for the Norse with the libero number 1, Herman, back to serve. Chance to tie this one up at 7. Leduc retreats to get it. Set back high from Thompson for Radical. She'll knock one down off the block. High off the hands of Azdura. Puts the Lancers right back up by 2 with Koenig and Koenig and Bartles. Koenig and Seibel exiting and Quaid and Bartles entering. Bartles will head back to serve. Receive straight center. Set back up center. That'll drop down. Bartles couldn't get over in time as the Norse get it right back within 1. And now Foss will enter in for Lambeck. And heading back to serve with number 13, Pank. High off the hands of Bartles on the ceiling. Radical there to get it. Up for Quaid. Blocked into the net by Azdura once again. Quaid gets the kill and the Lancers go up by 2. And now Radical back to serve. Good spot. She'll drop down an ace on her first serve of the night off the hands of Schneider. Puts the Lancers up by 3, 10-7. Good spot, and drops down another. This time off the hands of Clomston. Back to back for Radical. And the Lancers now with a 4-point lead. Radical got 2 in a row. Can she get 3? This will be received cleanly. Set all the way across on the run. Blocked at the net by Quaid. Lancers on a strong run, now up by 5. Lunging save. Can be set back on the run. Tipped at the net. That one going to drop down onto the Lancer side. As the run ends, and the Norse bring themselves back within 4 now, 12-8. Starland in for Larson. And it'll be Clomston back to serve. Lofted out of the back. Radical there to get it. Back across for Leduc. Tipped high at the net. Received cleanly in the back by Pank. Back up on the run, going to tap it to the back corner. Radical retreats to get it. Up quickly for Leduc to the back line, dropping it down! What a spot from Leduc! Putting the Lancers right back up by 5. Heading back in for the Norse will be number 3, Herman. And now Starlin back to serve. Running save from Herman. Set back up center. Fades away to get it. Dug up from Radical. Back up high for Leduc again. She'll knock down another off the hands of Ozdura. Back to back for Leduc now as the Lancers go up by 6. Received cleaning and set one up center. Off the net, high from Bartles. That one going to find its way back over. Herman there to get it. Back across, far side. Off the net, diving save gets back into play. And it'll be Leduc who'll bump it over. Herman runs up to get it once again. Back up center. Good touch. Starlin right there. Thompson back. Leduc again. Out of play. Was it touched? They're going to say no. 14-9. The Norse get it back within 5. As number 16, Waldera will enter in. And it'll be number 14, Ozdura, back to serve. Starling going to set one up for Thompson on the run. Sent to the back, off the face of Herman. A big kill for Thompson. Giving it right back to the Lancers, up by 6. Gurgle in for Quaid, along with Lambeck back in for Foss. And it'll be Gurgle back to serve. Receive quickly, me set back on the run. High off the hands of Radical, off the backboard. Again off the wall now. Gurgle trying, ended up hitting almost every single bar in the backboard. Ended up going off the wall at the end and dropping down as the Norse bringing eventually back within 5, 15-10. Lambeck continuing to serve. High from Radical. Back up for Bartles. Tip it to line. Back up and out of play. Off the hands of Herman. Gaining back in for Bartles. Lancers back up by 6. As Leduc heads back to serve for the second time tonight. Down the line, sliding save. Step back across, far side, to the back line, dropping it down. Good spot from Pank. Clomston will enter in for Herman. And it'll be Schneider back to serve. High off the hands of Starling, close to the ceiling, one touch. Back up for Radical on the run, off the net. That'll drop back down. Unsure if it was touched. Might have been off the net. As the Norse bring it back up by 4. Running save from Radical. Thompson back up for Radical. Good touch, diving save back in the air. Back up far side on the run. Off the net, sliding save from Leduc. Thompson all the way across to Radical. She'll hammer that one down through the block of Pank. Plus the Lancers back up by 5 as Larson enters back in, and Thompson heads back to serve. Retreating to get it. Sent back across far side. That'll knock down. Perfect spot from Clomston. Heading toward the back line and brings Norse back within 4. Osdur will enter in, and it'll be Herman back to serve. To the back line, drops down in the corner. Misread by Leduc and Gurgle as they both let it go. That one had some time to go before it ended up heading out as a big ace for the Norse, bring them back within 3. Received cleanly by Radical. Back across for Radical. She'll knock down another off the hands of Schneider. Lancers back up by 4 as Bartles and Quaid enter in for Koenig and Gurgle, and Bartles heads back to serve. Herman will receive it. Step back up far side to stop and get set. Just going to tap it over. Back across now for Radical again. Blocked it out of play. As that one went off the hands of Pank. Puts the Lancers up now by 5. Herman retreats, that one close to the net. Tipped over the hands of Radical. Thompson sends one back. Bartles gets a hand on it. And Luke running back, nothing she can do about it. With the Norse bringing it back within 4. Foss will enter in for Lambeck. And it'll be Pank back to serve. Right to the hands of Radical, close to the north side. Sent right back on a top. A couple of Lancers touch it. None of them can get it back in the air. As the Norse get it back within 3 now, 19-16. Off the net, Leduc is there to get it. Back up quickly, center for Radical. Good touch. Chipped out of play. Off the hands of Foss. Puts the Lancers into the 20s up by 4, 20-16. Line drive, redirected back over the net. Thompson there to get it. Back up center for Quaid. So he's blocked quickly. Quaid sends it right back. Running save. And back into the net. As Osdura couldn't get back under it. Puts the Lancers up now by 5. And it'll be Radical back to serve. Radical with 2 aces the last time she served. Let him on a nice 5-0 run. Only needs 4 here to end out the first set. And she won't even get one in as that one heads off down the sideline. Puts Starland in for Larson. And the Norse back within 4. As Thompson heads back for the serve. We're starting to run out of time here in this first set. Trying to make a comeback and make it close to the end. Dug up from Radical. Back across for Leduc. Tipped at the net. Lunging save back to the Lancer side. Quaid sends it back down. Tipped out of play. Off the hands of Foss. Herman let her in, and now Starlin back to serve. Needs just 3. Out of the back. Dug up by Schneider. Set back up for Schneider. Off the hands of Radical, out of play. Norse bring it back within 4. Waldera in for Herman. And it'll be Osdura back to serve. Radical she's get it. Sent back high for Leduc. Blocked at the net. Radical there once again. Bumps back for Leduc again. A good touch to the sideline. Sent back high, retreating to someone quickly. Center has to readjust. Just have to bump it over from the back from Foss. Up center for Thompson. She'll knock down another onto the sideline. 23-18. The Lancers up by 5 with Herman entering back in for the Norse, along with Lambeck. Gurgle in for the Lancers with Gurgle back to serve, just 2 points away. Herman retreats to get it. Sent all the way across on the run. He's going to tap it over. Dug it from Starlin. Luke back high for Bartles on the run. Going to bump it to the back. Retreating as Herman punches one high. Sitting back into play is Foss. And it'll be tapped over. Radical there to get it. Back up high for Thompson. Off the net. Tip back high from Foss. Close to the net. Bump back up. And it'll be tapped on the net line. Bartles on the run. Going to send one back. Back up high for Bartles again. She'll bump it to the back corner. Sent back high from Herman. All the way across. Far side. Lasowski into the net. And the Lancers now just 1 point away. 24-18. Lancers up by 6. With now Gurgle a chance to end it. Lost one short down the sideline. Sliding safe from Herman. Set back quickly. Center. Dropping it down in the corner. What a spot. Keeps the Norse alive and brings them back within 5. And Waldera, who's going to need 5 straight to keep it going. High from Gurgle. Set up for Thompson. She'll finish it off with a kill in the corner. 25-19. Lancers take the first set by 6. We'll be back in 3 minutes for the second set. And we are back for the second set. Lancers took the first one, 25-19. Luke will start off the serving here as Herman gets a running save. Miscommunication, just going to get it over. Thompson back for Radical. Blocked the net, tip tie for Leduc. That'll make it back to the north side. Sent back on the second hit. Leduc there to get it. Back up for Radical again. That one will drop down off the hands of Pank. Puts the Lancers up by 1-0. Good spot. That'll drop down. And ace for Leduc under the hands of a diving Lesowski. So Lancers up by 2 now as Luke sends it one right in that area. Lesowski going to get under this one this time. Far side, blocked at the net, tip back high, that'll drop down. Koenig and Thompson getting up at the net once again, putting the Lancers up by 3. Norse started out with a 4-0 run last set, and now in this set, Lancers with a 3-0 run, looking for more here. Set across, far side, tipped out of play by Thompson and Koenig. Puts the Norse back within 2, 3-1. Back, receive tie from Radical close to the net, going to be sent back down, tip to the net, tip tie from Starlin in the back. Back up on the run for Radical, she'll set it over. Back up near side, offensive Seibel off the ceiling. No one can get there in time. Good job from Seibel to even get a hand on that one. As the Norse bring it back within 1 now, 3-2. And it's Foss back to serve once again. Off the shoulders of Starlin, running save by Leduc, and it'll be Koenig who'll just tap it over. Back up far side. Tip to the net, tip back high from Koenig. Radical gonna punch it back over. A lot of bodies in the net. And they were both in the net. They're gonna say same time, so just replay it. That's what I was thinking. I was like, who's he gonna call? They both came at the same time. It's gonna be called a replay. And it'll be Foss back once again with a chance to tie. Step back high from Koenig. Thompson blocked into the net. Off the hands of Volterra. Lancers end up getting it, going up 4-2 as Larson enters in for Starland and Herman enters in on the other side for the Norse. And now Thompson back to serve. Good spot, diving safe. Sent back across, and it'll be tapped over. Seibel there to get it. Thompson back up on the run for Radical. Sent right back. Radical can't get back up in the air in time. Tip back over. Back set for Larson. Blocked right back. Off the hands of Lesowski. Strong play from the Norse. Keeping the ball from touching the floor and eventually getting up high at the net to bring themselves back within 1. As Libero Herman now with a chance to tie. Luke on the run. Tip back high for Radical. That'll drop down midcourt. Good spot from Radical. Keep the Lancers up by 2 with Bartles and Quaid entering in for Seibel and Koenig. And it's Bartles back to serve. Receive center. Set back up far side on the run. That'll get through out of play, untouched at the net. As the Lancers go up by 3 now, 6-3. Receive center once again. Sent back on the second hit. And onto the sideline. What a spot from Pank. Puts the Norse back within 2. As Clemson enters in. Went up as she was going to set it. Quick spike. And in such a perfect spot. Almost no chance for Lancers as she now heads back to serve. Offense for Luke, and that one going to head out of play. An ace for Pank brings him now within 1. Back line, nicely done from Bartles to let it go. As that one heads about a foot long. With the Norse going back down by 2, 7-2-5. And a Radical heading back to serve. Lynching save Lesowski, sent back up on the run, and it'll just be tapped over. Quaid there to get it. All the way across for Leduc. Fades away, and Herman right there. Back up center on a standstill, going to send to the back. Radical retreats to get it. Back up for Leduc again, this time more clean, and it'll drop down! Perfect spot on the sideline, under diving Herman. Putting the Lancers up by 3 now, 8-5. Off the net, and it'll drop down. Third ace for Radical on the day. Just enough to muscle it over. And the first time out of the day for the Norse. Down by 4, 9-5. Back to the timeout. 9-5, a 4-point lead for the Lancers with Radical still serving. Looking for double digits and still get it on another ace. Off the timeout, Radical stays strong. Doubles them up 10-5. Backpedaling to back in the air. Sent back up long way it goes. Gonna have to bump it over. Bartles there to get it. Thompson back high for Leduc. Too close to the net. Sent right back. Bartles is there. No one there to get on the second hit. As the Norse bring it back within 4 now. 10-6. Starland in for Larson. And Foss in for Herman. With Lesowski back to serve. Dug it from Starland. Thompson going to get it back in the air. Radical from blue line and just get it over. Tip back up quickly. Blocked at the net by Quaid. Step back up on the run again. She's going to tap it to the back. Bartles there to get it. Thompson across for Leduc. Touched into the net. And the Norse now within 3. And almost caught by Bartles. Bump back high. Bartles chance to get it over, and she will. Received by Herman. Taps back. Good touch. Radical on the run, going to get it. Back up for Leduc. Good spot. Diving save from Herman. Sent back across. Far side on the run. Radical there on the back. Again for Leduc. That one going to go up down. Off the hands of Clomson. Starland back to serve. Going to send this one down the line. Right back up towards the net. Tip back from Thompson. And that'll drop down. Perfect spot for Thompson. Put it in a nice spot on the other side as well. As the Lancers go up by 5, 12-7. Bump back up. Going to have to step back to get it. Right center. Radical there. Back up for Leduc. Bump back high by Foss. Step back up, back row for Lesowski. Under the corner. Radical let it go and ended up dropping down a few inches in. With the Norse bringing it back within 4. And Waldera will enter in. With Ozdura back to serve. Good spot. Sliding safe from Leduc. Sent back up for Leduc. Blocked with the net. Bartles right there to get it. This is going to go back for Quaid. To the back line. Hell, just a far out of play. As the Norse bring it back within 3 now, 12-9. High from Leduc. Other one going to set one back up for Thompson. She'll just bump it over. Retreating it is Ozdura. Back across, far side from Foss. Tip to the net, and Radical is there. Back up high for Leduc on the run. Blocked to the net, tip tied from Radical. Back up for Quaid, fading away. Just getting it over, and tipped to the floor off the hands of Waldera. Putting the Lancers back up by 4, 13-9. We'll go back to serve. Tip back up and over. And just out of play on the sideline. Right idea. Had some space, but just a tad far. As the Lancers go up by 5 now, 14-9. Retreating. That one sent out of play. An ace for Gurgle off the hands of Waltera. Putting the Lancers up now by 6. Serve center, tip back high by the libero, close to the net, blocked at the net by Thompson. Set back up and over, and Starlin there to get it. Back up center for Thompson. Off the ceiling, tip back high, and on a standstill, we'll send it to the corner, just out of play. Nice enough from Radical, going full sprint to pull back at the last second. Keeps the Lancers up now by 7, 16-9. Dug up center. Set back up, has to stop, gets set, and it didn't get set enough as Waldera sends it into the net. Puts the Lancers up now by 8, 17-9. High in the back from Lesowski. Back row for Lesowski. That one heads out of play, untouched. Puts the Lancers up by 9 as the Norse call their final timeout. Lancers doubling up 18-9 here in the second set. Back from the timeout, 18-9. The Lancers up by 9. Looking to take this second set and get a 2-0 lead in the game. Step back up quickly, center. That'll drop down. Nicely done from Waldera. As the Norse get it back within 8 now, 18-10. And it'll be Lambeck back to serve. Sideways from Radical, step back up for Thompson along the net. That'll drop down off the net and under the hands of Lambeck. Puts the Lancers right back. Up 9, 19-10 as Koenig enters in and Leduc heads back to serve. High in the back, gonna set one back up on that side. Tip dive from Radical. Leduc back up in the air for Radical. She'll tap one over, blocked quickly. Thompson back up and can't get it over. She ended up mistiming her jump and ended up sending it into the bottom of the net. Which puts the Norse back within 8, 19-11. With number 8, Foss, heading back to serve. High off the hands of Radical. I'm going to get all the way across. Step back up on that side. Has to hang and just tap it over. Back across for Radical. To the line, that'll drop down. Another good spot from Radical. Has the Lancers into the 20s, up by 9. Larson won her in along with Herman for the Norse. And it's Thompson back to serve. the back line, tipped high, that'll drop back down. An ace for Thompson off the hands of Herman. Lancers now just 4 points away with number 4, Thompson still serving. Retreating is Herman. Back up center, trying to touch it down the net line. Ends up going into the top of the net. As the Norse go down by 11 now, 22-11. With number 11, Kazemba, entering in for Leduc. And Schneider in for Pank. Thompson back once again, needs just 3 more. And Herman couldn't decide what to do with it. As another ace for Thompson puts the Lancers up by 12. And now Seibel in for Gurgle. Tip back high, gonna have to send him back up into play. And it's be bumped over. Seibel there to get it. Chance for the Lancers here, back for Larson. Tipped at the net, line drive to the floor, can't be saved by a diving Herman. Lancers now up 13, just 1 point away. Down the line, Herman sends one high. Back up in the air, and back across the net. Right under the back line. What a spot from Herman. (24-12) as the Norse keep up alive. Gonna need 12 straight to keep this one going. Down the line, tip tie from Kazemba. Thompson up center for Caney. Good touch. Lunging save from Herman. Back up. Down the line, out of play. Was touched by the Lancers. As the Norse keep it alive, now with an 11. Received high from Seibel. Thompson retreats, gets someone up center for Koenig off the net. Tip back high, and that one's out of play. Lancers go up by 12, 25-13. Take the second set and a chance to end it in 3 coming up in about 3 minutes. And we are back for the third set. Lambeck will start off the serving. Lancers taking the first 2, 25-19 and 25-13. 1 away from going 9-0 in conference. Set up for Thompson. Tipped out of play off the hands of Lesowski. One 0 Lancer lead as Leduc heads back to serve. Dug up by Lesowski. Sent back high far side on a standstill. Tipped high from Radical. Back up center for Koenig. She'll tap it over. Herman steps over to get it. Back up center. Over the block. Line drive from Leduc. Can't get back in the air. As the Norse tie it up now at 1. And it'll be Lesowski back to serve. Into the net, getting it back to the Lancers, up by 1. Larson in for Starlin. And it'll be Thompson back to serve. High from Herman. Set back on the run, just gonna punch it over. Someone's in the net, and it's Radical. Ties of the game now at 2. And it'll be Herman back to serve, trying to give him a lead. Luke there to get it. Back up quickly for Radical. Blocked out of play off the hands of Pank. Puts the Lancers back up by 1 now, 3-2. And it's Bartles and Quaid in again for Seibel and Koenig. Sliding save in the back, can be sent back across far side on the run. She's going to tap it over. Drops it down in front of Radical. Does a good job seeing the court from Clomston. Read it well and dropped it down in a perfect spot. As Fossil now enter. And it'll be Pank back to serve. Dug up from Radical. Thompson across for Quaid. Along the net line, that'll roll along and drop down to the north side. Lancers go back up by 1, 4-3, with Radical heading back to serve. To the corner, dropping it down. Another nice spot from Radical as she drops down her 4th ace. Received high in the back by Lesowski, set back on the run, blocked at the net, tipped up, and that'll drop down. Lancers doing extremely well at the net here today as they get yet another block, putting them up now by 3. Good spot, lunging save, that one close to the net. Larson gonna send it back down, chip back high, close to the net, bump back into the net, and ends up dropping down. Now as the Lancers go up by 4 now, 7-3. Some miscommunications of running and getting it late down the net line. Tip dive from Quaid. Back across for Leduc. Blocked into the net by Clomston. Timeout by the Norse as they go down 5, 8-3. Back to the timeout, 8-3, Lancers up by 5 as Radical heads back to serve for the Lancers. Challenging save by Lesowski. Set back across on the run. He's going to tap it over. Luke right there to get it. Back set for Larson. Good spot. Diving save. Tap back up close to the net. Tipped back over by the Norse. Thompson readjusts across for Luke now. Right to the hands of Herman. Miscommunication as Pank ran all the way up to get it. Pulled back last second. And ends up putting the Lancers up by 6, 9-3. Radical now a chance to hit double digits. Good spot. Herman sends him back up into play. And he'll just be bumped over. Lancers chance to get set. Up center for Quaid. He's going to have to punch it over. As Herman sends one back up. Close to the net. And out of play, untouched. With the Lancers hitting double digits. Up by 7. Lawson short, diving save, tip back high, and along the net line, gonna get it over. Back up high for Leduc on the run. She'll tap one over. Good spot from Leduc as she drops it down in front of Herman. 11-3 now as Radical heads back once again. Line drive back up, gonna be redirected over. Larson sends him right back, tip to the net, diving save, hit twice, and going up her face and back into the net. Lancers now up 9, 12-3. Lost one short, tip back high. Other wrong, gonna set one across. Into the net from Foss. Lancers now up by 10. That one sent long from Radical as the run will end. Lancers going to hold on to a 9-point lead, 13-4, with Starland entering in for Larson. Ball will be retrieved from the stage and sent back as number 7, Clomston, will head back to serve. Starland back pedals to get it. Tip back high from Thompson, and it'll be Quaid who'll tap it over. Back up center, slips! It ends up dropping down as Ozdura lost her footing. And I'll see if they get a towel to clean that up. Lancers go back up by 10, 14-4. And they will try to get that cleaned up as it cost the Norse a point. She couldn't quite get there in time. And it'll be Starland back to serve. Up by 10. Line drive back across, tip back high off the ceiling, can't readjust. Lancers go up by 11 now, 15-4. Offensive Herman, bump back into the net. Can't be saved as it's sent out of play. Ends up going down as 4 hits as the Lancers go up by 12. Tiff back, Herman back up into play on the run. She's going to be tapped over. Bartles there to get it. Starland back up center for Thompson. Out of the ceiling, won't touch. Set back row to the back line. Radical there to get it. Back across for Leduc. Tipped up and out of play off the hands of Herman. 17-4 as Leduc gets the kill. Lambeck will enter in for Foss as Starling continues her run. Lancers currently with 4 straight. Herman retreats to get it back corner. Set back up on the run. Down the line, missed by Bartles. Ends up being called in by Hine down that sideline. And Ozdura now back to serve. Dug up from Radical. On the run, going to bump one back high for Leduc. Tipped at the net. It ends up dropping down in front of Pink. Herman back in as the Lancers go back up by 13, 18-5, with Gurgle back to serve. Sliding save in the back, and a set one up quickly on the run. Tipped to the net and drops down in between a couple of Lancers. Norse get it right back within 12 as Seibel enters in for Gurgle. And now Lambeck back to serve. High from Radical. Back up for Thompson. Retreating is Herman. Set back across, close to the net. McNamara get it back up. As the Norse go down now 13, 19-6. Koenig will enter in, and it'll be Leduc back to serve. Trying to hit the 20s down the sideline. Pump back high. Back set. Sliding save for Leduc. Sent out of play. As Lesowski will get the kill. Puts the Norse back within 12, now 19-7. With number 7, Clomson entering in, and Lesowski heading back to serve. Sterling can't get underneath it. Norse drop down an ace and bring themselves an 11. Lost one short. Radical get underneath it. Thompson back up center for Koenig on the run. She'll knock one down! Off the hands of Lambeck. Beautiful kill from Koenig as the Lancers hit the 20s up by 12. Larson back in for the Lancers for Starland. And it's Thompson back to serve. Lesowski had to get it, bump back high, back row, and it'll be tapped over. Back up for Radical on the run. Tipped to the net, dug up from Herman off the ceiling, redirected back across and touched over. Back across for Radical again. Off the hands and into the stands. Lancers up 13. Number 4, Thompson, still serving just 4 points away. Line drive from Lesowski, set back up center, blocked the net by Koenig. Step back over again, Thompson is there. Larson will set up, Radical. Good touch. Read nicely, set back across, dropping it down in front of Leduc. As Pink got him chasing again with a fake set. Good spot down to the sideline. As Ozdura enters back in and Herman heads back to serve. 21-9, the Norse bring it back within 12. Luke slides over to get it. Set up quickly, too close to the net, sent back down, tipped high and out of play. As the Norse now bring it back within 11. Sliding save from Radical off the net, tip back high from Thompson. Radical will set it over. Back across, gonna set one center. Tip back from Radical, back to the net, north side. Back high, and tapped over it. Thompson up center for Koenig. Blocked to the net. Luke there to get it. Thompson will bump back up for Radical on a standstill. Herman slides over to get it. Set back on the run, into the net. Lancers up 12, 22-10. Bartles back in for Koenig as Bartles heads back to serve. Look up from Herman. Set up center. Off the net, that'll drop down as no one was there for the Lancers. It's the Norse now with an 11. Sliding save from Radical, bumped out of play as Pank knocks down an ace, brings the Norse within 10. And now Kazemba will enter in for Bartles. Pank will try to keep the run going. Tip tie for Leduc. Thompson back up for Larson. Blocks the net. Seibel going to take it back up. Radicals under a standstill. Herman there to get it. Back across far side. That'll drop down to the back line. Beautiful kill from Clomston as the Norse bring it now within 9. Offensive Leduc, bouncing off the ceiling. Radical gets it back in the air, and Thompson will bump it over. Herman backpedals to get it. Back across, far side for Clemson again. Blocked in the net by Radical. Back to back from Clemson. Has the Norse with an 8. Quaid now in for Seibel. Sliding safe from Radical. Thompson gonna bump one back. Good touch over from Quaid. Herman right there to get it. Back across far side. Gonna have to try to punch it over. Ends up sending it short and into the net. Radical now back to serve. Lancer just 2 points away, up by 9. 23-14. Lost one short. Lunging save in the back. Set up center. Tipped to the net by Quaid and drops down in front of Leduc. Norse get it right back with an 8. Starland in for Larson with Clomston back to serve. Starland there. Back up high for Leduc on the run. Blocked into the net by Ozdura. 24-15. Lancers up 9. Just 1 point away now. Chance to take it in 3 sets. Looking to improve to 9-0 in conference. And it'll be Starland back to do it. To the back line. Tipped off the hands of Herman off the backboard. And that'll do it! Starland will end it. Lancers take it in 3. 25-19, 25-13, and 25-15. The Lancers have one final conference game as they have a guarantee of at least sharing conference. If they can win on Thursday against CFC, they will take outright conference for the 6th year in a row. Thursday's their final game, then playoffs will be decided as they will have the seeding out in the next few days. What happened during the set break was just a rough estimate of what the standings are currently. Those are not the actual ones. Those will come out in the next coming days. Stick around in the next 10 seconds as I will be playing a memorial to the seniors real quick. It'll be about 4 minutes long. I couldn't play during the set because it was too long. That'll be really quick as the Lancers go to 9-0 on the year, 9-0 in conference, and 16-14 on the year.
Number 12, Gabby Radical.
Radical.
Another spike from Radical.
Radical.
Spike outside from Radical.
Radical.
Radical. Dug up by Radical. Back up for Radical. Steve dive for Radical. Back up for Radical. Back up for Radical again. Cross for Radical. Another kill for Radical.
Number 12, Gabby Radical.
Steps back to get it. Up.
Back up for Koenig. Blocked to the net by Koenig. Back up for Koenig again. Blocked again by Koenig.
That one over for Koenig.
Sophomore number 4, Leah Thompson.
Thompson.
Thompson across.
Thompson.
For Leah Thompson.
For Thompson again. Up for Thompson. Back up for Thompson. Back up for Thompson. Back up for Thompson. Back to the net by Thompson.
Senior number 4, Leah Thompson.
Sophomore number 2, Grace Ledoux.
Leduc.
Saved by Leduc.
Blocked by Leduc.
Leduc across. Leduc. Back up for Leduc. Back up for Leduc again. Leduc again. For Leduc. Back up for Leduc. And ace for Leduc.
Senior number 2, Grace Ledoux.
In for Radical. Thompson. Up to Radical.
Thompson across for Radical. Thompson and Leduc. Thompson set quickly for Radical. Diving save for Leduc. Thompson back across for Radical. Thompson back up for Radical. Thompson all the way across for Radical. Leduc back up for Radical. Thompson across for Radical again. Leduc sends one high for Thompson. Received by Leduc. Thompson all the way across for Radical.